When you're in sales, a lot of times women feel like they are up against the fact that they are not necessarily taken seriously because they're women in sales, right? A lot of times women feel like they're just not being taken seriously. Sometimes it's a guy thing. A lot of times our world is a male dominated world when it comes to sales. And so women feel uncomfortable a lot of times. So, here's a few tips that you can think about when you are faced with the fact that you're worried about whether you're going to be taken seriously because, darn it all, you are, right? And you just have to make yourself feel that way, even if you don't. And the first thing I want to tell you to do is you need to have confidence. And if you need like to work on that or whatever, then that's okay. But you have to believe that what you have is great. I was at a meeting the other day and I was with someone who was wanting to approach somebody, but they were talking to somebody. And it was so weird because in my mind, I would have just been like, oh, let me go over. I would walk right over and say, hi. And I would obviously not want to cut a conversation off, but I want to say, so good to see you. Right. But there's this level of confidence sometimes that holds us back, or lack of confidence, I should say, that holds us back from not wanting to do the thing that you know that's going to get you that opportunity. And I say, go for it. Okay. So have that confidence, go for it, and do what you need to do. Then you also want to communicate with authority. The thing is, when you are presenting yourself, don't feel like, oh, I don't know that answer. Sometimes people, they'll even clench their hands or they'll seem like they're worried or whatever, right? That comes along with confidence, right? So if you can have confidence, you're probably going to come off and communicate more with authority. So have a strong presence, a loud voice, a strong posture, a smile on your face, body language, right? Handshake, right? A firm handshake, not a wimpy handshake, a handshake that proves that you are worthy of your position and your job, right? That's what you want to communicate all the time. And then you want to talk about, what is your unique selling points? Focus on what makes you unique. And a lot of times storytelling actually helps with this as well, right? So if you have something that's very specific to yours, focus on that. Tell people that what is different about your product. Don't just say the features and the benefits, but what is uniquely different from maybe your competition or something that you may have picked up from the conversation from before, talking to the customer, that you can specifically nail down and say, here's your answer. And what I want you to remember, though, is more than anything, and I say this over and over, any of you who have been listening to me for a long time know that I will be the bearer of telling you that nothing matters if you don't have relationships established. You must, and I mean must, focus on your relationships first, and everything else will come. I promise you. When you take the time to build that core arm in you and build that relationship with you, and not only just a decision maker, but anybody else around that person. So, if they're working with somebody, or maybe it's their spouse or somebody else, you want to make sure that you tap into everybody that has a touch point with that person. Because a lot of times, when you express something once, people don't remember it. You have to kind of repeat it a few times. And you want to always make sure that you're taking care, nurturing that relationship, following up when you say you're going to do, making that very important. And then finally, I just say, develop those skills. If you feel like you're lacking in any of those, well, build that up inside of you and help yourself, right? And learn how to do these things. You can take a sales course with me if you want to, right? Or I can coach you if you want to. I actually have something where I can coach you. I can work with you on that. We have a Facebook group that's full of all these strategies, right? That you can always be a part of as well. But just remember, be a part of developing yourself all the time. No matter how old you get or know how long you've been doing sales, you can always learn from something. You can always learn from somebody, anywhere, and just take even a little bit of nugget is going to get you a long way. So I hope this helps you. And remember that you don't need to be fearful. You do not need to be fearful of taken seriously in your sales career, because it is not a man's world. It is very even. And trust me, a lot of people love women. They do. And they just want to see that you're strong and you're confident. So go out there, be strong, be confident, go sell more, and check out my free guide. Just say guide below if you want my guide. I will give you a free guide that will help you on some of these things, and come back for more, and we'll see you all soon.